Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm the obscure Angel PT, and for today what I have in here it is No Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. So this game was developed by the Level 5 developers, and it is using what I believe to be their own engine. Level 5, it is a developer that developed a ton of games for Nintendo 3DS, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and now I'm not really sure if this is their first game on PC, but surely Ni no Kuni, this is their first Ni no Kuni game on PC. So for this laptop I'm using the absolutely minimum settings. You can go with 1024 per 768, but you know the screen will be a little bit weird and you actually didn't earn that much of a performance. So for this benchmark I will be using then 720p with the minimum settings possible. For the benchmark I will be using two zones. The first one will be on the sewers and the second one will be on the open world, okay, which I think it should be rather interesting. So let's jump now to the results without recording for you to have an idea what you can expect from this game performance. So on the sewers what you can expect is an experience between 20 to 40 frames per second. This is a little bit of a disappointment. I was expecting a little bit to be pretty much between the 25 to 40, and in fact it is mostly, but sometimes you really see some drops that goes near 20s. So since this is a very close environment and it's pretty much the beginning of the game, the only thing that I can expect is the worst, because you are fighting as just one character and just one or two simple enemies, so we can expect the worst a little bit more forward into the game. When we have multiple enemies, multiple attacks, we can expect the frame rate to go below those 20 frames per second, and so it might get a little bit strange to play. But like I said, I tested two environments, I tested also the open world, so let's see how it fares in there. So on the open world the things are a little bit different. While are you traveling on the open world, there is a weird vision when you see your characters as some small characters. I'm not really sure how much time you are going to spend using that mode, but while you are playing on that mode the game is pretty much running between 15 frames per second and 20 frames per second. I'm not going to say that is unplayable, because the only thing that you are supposed to do is to walk there from point to point, and when you get into a fight you switch to a different perspective which runs much better. But overall, seeing those frame rates lower than 20 frames per second, it is, wow, it is really bad. It's like I said, it doesn't really get unplayable, but it's a little bit strange, okay? And so after that sequence you get to some sort of, looks like a farm or a house when you get into a fight, and in there the frame rate goes above 25 frames per second, so I guess it's pretty much playable. So the game won't be pretty much above 30 frames per second all the time. That would be the ideal for this game on this laptop, but you can expect to play this game between pretty much the 25-30 frames per second. I think you can get along with it if you really want to play it. Either way, the graphics are not bad. Despite playing on the low settings, you are still enjoying 720p, and the graphics do look good for the type of game that it is. I think graphics in this game doesn't really matter that much, because it seems like an anime, and even with the low settings I think it does it pretty well. So I think it's playable, but yeah, you might expect some troubles on the open world areas, or probably in busy fights you might get somewhat a much lower frame rate than you are usually how can I say that, like we are usually adapted to get. So that's pretty much the experience that you can expect from Ni no Kuni 2 on this laptop. So as for this game itself, what you can expect from the gameplay, it is pretty much like the ancient Final Fantasies. It seems like corridor rooms and big open worlds where you can travel to certain rooms or small cities, and that's pretty much like it. The only difference that I can point it out is that at least you have a real-time combat, so it feels pretty neat in my opinion. The game is being sold on Steam by 60 bucks, but if you want you can get it a little bit more cheaper on Kinguin. So I have a link on the description, an affiliate link, so if you want to buy it through there, it should be more cheaper than Steam, okay? So guys, thank you a lot for watching, hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Watch your backs! Hey. Huh? What in the... I have you now. You ready for this? Huh? You ready for this? What the?
Roland!
Look out!
Nello!
No!
Nello!
Damn it.
Wake up, Nella. Please wake up.
Evan, you'll be a wonderful king.
But
No one could ever replace your mother. But in our time together, I've come to think of you as...
I know, Nella. I know.
I had hoped I would live to see it. To see you grow into the ruler I know you will be.
But I can't do it. Not without you. I can't.
Of course you can. You have a good heart, Evan. I can see it. You'll be the kindest king, with the happiest subjects there have ever been.
Aranella!
You have to be strong, Evan. You have to build a kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after.
No. Nella! Don't leave me! Nella! 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 I'll do it. I'll try. For you, Nella. We'll build a new kingdom where everyone can be happy.
I hear something! This way! Is it there? Evan, we have to leave.
Nella! Ah.
What's going on here?
Oh! What did I ever do to you, I ask? Oh, my goody goodness! Oh! Oh! You rotten devil of a thing, you!
Evan, come on. Watch your backs!
Oi!
It's coming back! Gosh! What in the...
Oi, you two! You can see my little lovelies, can't you? Why not have them lend you a hand?
Excuse me?
Oh my!